Okay, so this is the track that I purchased. I've got 6 short straights from Pico, set track ST200s. I've got ST201, the long version, which are these here. And I also purchased 8 second radius double curves. And these are ST226. All of the track from Pico. It's a very nice track, very happy with it. One thing you do need to bear in mind, which in my stupidity stroke newness to the hobby I didn't realise, is that I bought these streamlined electrofog points, SL092, SL streamlined, ST code, which you had, if you had binocular eyes you could see here, ST226 set track. 2 different things. And trying to put them together is a challenge. They just don't want to go. The other thing to bear in mind is the gaps for set track are more than for the streamlined. So as you can see, hopefully you can see, maybe see if I can zoom in. So as you can see here, this conflicts. There's not enough space to get that track in, so you'd have to end up cutting some of these buffers that I don't particularly want to do. So what I'm going to do is buy some actual set track points, and the inside of my circuit I will do in set track, and then the outer parts of my circuit I will do in streamlined, so I can avoid the challenges which I've just indicated. So yeah, be very careful on which points etc. you buy. These points are lovely, but they are streamlined. So I bought 2 small radius right hand points. I got 2 small radius left hand points, and a left and a right radius, medium radius points. Trying to get hold of Pico track at the moment is like trying to find golden eggs, so I was happy with what I could get. In addition to the track then, I also bought some rail joiners, which I've ripped the packaging on. These are SL10s, if you can see that, SL10s, and these are the Conductive rail joiners. And after watching many a YouTube, these are fish plates, after watching many a YouTube channel, I took on board what they said about electrofog points and the fact that you need insulated rail joiners. So yeah, these are just standard conductive metal fish plates. Now, the insulated rail joiners that I purchased are these. Maybe I'll zoom in. This one's the track. Track you can see. Zoom in down here. Now, these are the insulated rail journals that I bought. And the eagle-eyed among you will notice that it's for N-gauge, hence the fact that they are absolutely tiny. So, yeah, quite embarrassing having to go back and buy some new ones of those. To pin my track down then, I'm going to use SL14 track fixing pins. The other quite nice thing that I bought are these buffer stops from Gagemaster, GM55 buffer stops. The beauty of these is they also have a light, and I've got an Instagram video that's gone up. I'll put a link to it in the details. But it's very useful having the light on. It tells you that there's power to the circuit, and particularly when you're a newbie, it helps you to realise whether the power's on or not, or whether there's actually something wrong with the loco. So yeah, really, really handy bit of kit. Yeah, so I've got 3 of those. Yeah, as I said, I've already used one. £7.75. I think you can buy them individually, but the price is pretty much the same. This is the tiny light, if I can get that in focus, which I can't. That just goes onto the track. Very simple to put together. Just slots on. Maybe I could show you. So that's it. There's a little light. Very neat, very quick, very, very simple to put together. Quite hard to pick up though with a auto-focusing camera. There we go. Okay. Right, so this is the kit you've seen so far. Plenty of track, enough to get you a loop, and plenty of points. If you look at my track plan, you'll see that it's enough to get you quite a few sidings and a few crossovers, and those excellent buffer stops from Gagemaster. I hasten to add, I don't have any affiliate with Lendon's. I just think this is a great model shop, and it's local to me. Support your local model shop. This is my helping hand. An absolute bargain at, I think it was about £7. Amazing. Really handy for soldering and, well, holding anything really. The whole hobby is quite small and my fingers are quite big. This is the Dapol Class 121 I bought. Absolute steal from Hatton's. I think it was about £80, which is cheaper than the decoder I've got in there from Locksound V5, which is £120. Crazy when you think about it. Yeah, absolute steal. Lovely model. Lights up really nicely, as you've probably seen it from the start of the video. Yeah, lovely bit of kit. Really easy to get the cover off and everything. It's great. This is the Gagemaster soldering station I bought. It cost me £30 from Lendon's, one of my local hobby shops. There we go, £30. Really nice. I'm an absolute beginner. This is the solder, which I think was about £5. It's got lead in it, which was a mistake, and the next one I buy won't have. But yeah, very easy to do, very easy to use, very straightforward. Highly recommend it. Heats up really quick, and even an absolute novice like me can use it. Really good. this is the controller I went with. This was bought direct from Hornby. It's a Hornby Select controller, cost me 125 quid I think. Really nice, really straightforward, and takes me back to when I was a kid. Quite a nice action on there. Buttons are a bit clunky, but I quite find that reassuring. I don't really want it. I didn't want to use my mobile. Like it seems to be going down. I like getting away from my mobile. There's a scan printout from my proposed layout. Although I've also doodled here for another option I've got. I've actually got a river and mountains and a coal mine and all sorts. So we'll see which one I end up with, whether I'm sensible or not. I know eventually I'll have a main bus that I'll draw my power off with droppers, but to get me started I thought I'd use these connecting clips from Pico. If you do buy them, also buy the PL31 terminal connectors from Pico. As you can see there in the small print, I just buying online, even though it's from a local hobby shop, is still brings its challenges because you don't physically get the right thing. I haven't actually bought anything from Screwfix for this project, but a small pencil is invaluable. These are the wires I bought. They're probably too thin. I was going to use them as bus wires, as droppers, but I think they're too thin, so I'll have to get some more. And then this was the steel Pico track plans, although there's a small location version which probably would have been better for me. So I may well buy that because it's about £3 on Amazon. Yeah, anyway, great inspiration. I do like that. 1 metre rule. So much better than using a measuring tape for short distances, particularly when you're doing internal measurements. The end of a tape measure. There's a lot of give there. Okay, and then these are the costs for the items you've just seen. The Absolute Steel, which is the dapple up there, £75, amazing value. The Lock Sound, which is again good value but shouldn't have been bought blank. I've got a mistakes video coming up which will show you how I fixed that. The track plan book, an absolute steal at £1.50, and I'd recommend everyone get one. And buy one for the size of your layout. And the key thing that I wanted to show in this video, which I don't think is shown enough, is just the cost that you can see there. So the cost of just those items there, which gets you a loop and some points and a pretty nice loco with sound, is £500. Bear in mind that there's some rail sets out there, train sets, for about £150. The modelling approach is significantly more expensive than the train set approach. Admittedly, yeah, you know, the kit you get is better, the quality of your locos, etc. is better, but there are cheap ways out there that can get you started, and then you can always start going down this route later on, building up points, etc., different locos, different track, without having to spend the whole thing in one go. Thanks again for coming, guys. I really appreciate it. Please subscribe. It enables my videos to be found by more people in YouTube's funky algorithms. My next video will give you more detail on the mistakes I've made and the remedies which I put in place. It'll be a good one, as if you are starting out, it could save you some money. Cheers, see you again soon.